G'day punters, and welcome to the racing-based preview of Tattersall's Tiara Day. As usual, I'm joined by the very astute and last week very lucky Ric Chapman, and together Ric and I are going to try and find a winner for you guys. Ric, how are you, mate?
I'm very well for a man of my habits, and speaking of habits, that habit of yours of losing and putting on mascara looks particularly well on you.
Yes, this week I've had to cop the eyeliner for losing our bet in the eyeliner stakes. But after last week's episode of having to wear that fascinator, this one doesn't bother me nowhere near as much. So, but I'll suck it up and take my punishment for, although Ric, I tipped the loser Allman, but gee, he was unlucky last time.
Yeah, I tipped the winner, so I'm not even going to get close to agreeing with you there.
Yeah, you're entitled to that, mate. Last week was a pretty good result for us. You tipped 3 horses to the viewers, and all 3 saluted. So pat on the back there, Ric. It was a great effort. And mine, I think, punters would have still nearly doubled their money. So all round a good weekend.
Oh, it was indeed. It was a great Saturday, and you rarely get Saturdays like that where everything you touch turns to gold and everything you say pans out exactly the way you want it. You kick yourself at 6 o'clock that night saying, gee, I should have had 3 or 4 times the amount on those horses. But anyway, winner's a winner. Can't go broke making a profit. And we rubbed our hands with glee on Saturday night.
All right, well, let's see if we can keep that gold flowing this weekend then, Ric, and jump straight into the Tattersall's Tiara. How do you see that one playing out?
Look, it's a funny thing. I don't want to have a bet because it's such a good field and it's so hard. It's as hard as the Melbourne Cup to try and find a winner, I've got to be honest. And with a bit of rain about, that's going to make it even tougher. I think Catkins is drawn perfectly, but I would have loved to have seen her have one more start this campaign. I'm going to have something on her because she's drawn so well and she's quality. Sri Candy, if she'd drawn better, I would have declared her, but she's drawn out in the car park, so she's going to find it hard getting across, especially if Thump goes through on the inside and holds her out. I'm a big fan of horses backing up a week later after showing tremendous ability, and we see that with Real Surreal. Solicit's drawn nicely, and she's back in form. It's just a wonderful race. And, of course, Najum, if she gets a run, she's run faster than all of them over that about that trip. So, needle in a haystack, but I'm going to back Real Surreal. I think she's back to her best. This was the scene of when she won the Magic Millions. So I'll have Real Surreal on top. I'm going to have a saver on Catkins, and through sheer class, Sri Candy will hang on for third.
Okay, mate. Well, your saver is my top pick for the race. I'm with Catkins all the way. I think, Waller wants this mare to get a Group 1 race. She'd have to be his favourite mare. And he would have mapped out this race a long time ago for Catkins, and she'll be ready to peak on Saturday. Her run last start in the Dane Ripper when she was second to Hazard was good enough. She carried a big weight. She was going into that a bit underdone, and I think she'll strip that much fitter come this Saturday and should just be too good for him and get that elusive Group 1.
Well, I agree with you that Chris Waller wants her to win a Group 1, and I think the entire country shares that view too. She deserves it. She's so gutsy. She's so honest. And as I said, I find it very hard to go past her. I just have a query about her not having 3 starts this campaign. If this was her 3rd start, I'd be all over her. But Real Surreal's back to her best. And clearly, as we do so often, we will get the Quinella.
Yeah, I hope so. And you mentioned she hadn't had 3 starts this campaign, but I think she was still carrying a bit of residual fitness from that last campaign. It was only a short break, and I'm hoping that's enough just to have her prime for Saturday. But anyway, I'm with Catkins. I suppose we should jump into the Tats Cup, Ric.
Well, last week Dan Chai did us a great favour, and I mentioned in the comment that the hardest to beat would be Banker Mo. Well, if Dan Chai was in this, I would have to have him again. He's not. Banker Mo's back to his best. I think Banker Mo brains them, to be quite frank. I've already backed him. I got 480 this morning, and I might even go back and back him again on Saturday.
Yeah, well, I'm with you there, mate. I'm with Bankamo as well. I just that run was outstanding last time, and he will appreciate the step up to 2,400. While a few of them might be floundering in that last 100 metres, he'll be hitting the line strongly, and that last run suggests that he'll be right up to it.
Yeah, I've backed him with a bit of confidence, as I have another horse at the meet, Dothraki. He trialled brilliantly the other day, and I just think she's got lengths on that field. So there'll be my three. Well, I've got 4 bets. I've backed Bankamo already. I backed Dothraki. I've backed Real Surreal, and I'm going to have a saver on Catkins if I can get $5 or better.
Okay, so we've got you covered for the features, Rick. Is there anything else across the country that stands out for you on Saturday?
Yeah, there's a couple. New South Wales is waterlogged right now, and there's no end in sight. Wouldn't even be surprised if Randwick's off on Saturday. It's raining right now, and I'm only about half an hour from Randwick. It's raining right now. They're anticipating the rain all night and all day Friday. Randwick, saying that, is a tremendous drainage track. I do like Savaro and Magic Hurricane. I don't think they'll be affected by the water if Randwick goes ahead. And there's 2 up in Newcastle. As everybody knows, I love provincial racing because the best horse wins. There's a horse Snowden's trained called Fira, who trained very well. It's spelled F-I-R-A. I think there'll be a stable move for it, so I'd get on now, fixed odds if you can. And there's an unraced maiden called Glowing Pioneer, who I think will be big odds. He's top 8 in his maiden race, and I think it's race 4, and he trialled magnificently. I had him as a double Xer in my trialling card. So they will be my bets.
Okay, mate. In Moonee Valley, I've got one that I'm quite keen on. It's a decent odds too. The Elton Zara trained Propelled finally gets back to Moonee Valley, a track that it won by a big space on roughly 6 months ago. Propelled should get the gun run from barrier 4. I think they've got this set for a big first up run, and I'm happy to take the $9 about it. Yeah, and like yourself, Rick, in Sydney, I'm also keen on Magic Hurricane. Second up in the UK, he improved out of sight. And if he can do that again under O'Shea, he should be winning this race.
He should be. He's going to be targeted for the Caulfield Cup. This is a very good horse. I'm not saying he's as good as Contributor or Hartnell, but he got brought over here in that bracket. So he should be winning a winter race at Randwick, and it wouldn't matter. 2 hoots, as I said before, if the track is wet. It's a really good horse. I'd be getting on, even if he's in the red.
Well, that's a good point, Rick. He doesn't have to be as good as Hartnell or Contributor to be winning this. So even if he's a tier below those, he should still find this a suitable race and get up at decent odds.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. So anyway, there's all our winners. People bet sensibly and don't bet in every race. Only fools do that. And I've been in that category a few times in my life. Just going to the races, betting every race. But just bet on 5 or 6 and be done for the day.
Good advice, mate. Well, that's it for this weekend. And until next week, Rick.
Yes. Now, what's our bet within a bet? It's going to have to be...
within a bet. Well, in sticking with your theme, I give it a little bit of thought, Rick. I had to cop the eyeliner this week for losing in the eyeliner stakes, and with the Tats Tiara this Saturday, I think the losers should have to go out and buy a pretty little tiara, nice little plastic one, and wear that for next week's preview.
Well, I've got a daughter, and I'm sure she's got one in a cubby somewhere. But all right, so I'm on Real Surreal to finish in front of Catkins. Tough for me because I'm back on both of them anyway. So. But now I'll give that extra cheer for Real Surreal. So fair enough. That's our bet within a bet this week.
Okay. If ever Catkins needed to win a Group 1, it's this week for me.
Fare thee well. I shall talk to you during the week. Good luck, everybody. Remember, punting's easy.